Hey everybody, I'm Matt Hill. I'm here at the AAPG conference in Tulsa, Oklahoma, and introducing people that I meet to you out there, especially in oil and gas and the energy industry. Introduce yourself, Tara.
Hi, Matt. I'm Tara Benda. I'm actually the general chair of the American Association of Petroleum Geologists Mid-Continent Section Convention. That's what we're holding here in Tulsa right now. That's where we are. I've been here in Tulsa for 16 years. I worked for Samson Resources, Samson Energy. Came up from the majors, did the Phillips and ConocoPhillips route before coming up to the independents, and now, actually, we have a small little company called Equus Energy Partners.
You guys are looking for minerals and actually out there drilling wells as well.
Yes, we are looking for minerals. We're primarily a prospect shop, though. So, yeah, we've drilled a couple wells over in Arkansas. We're going to be drilling some wells here in Oklahoma here. Vertical, conventional oil and gas, back to old school, baby.
What drew you to oil and gas industry and petroleum geology?
Well, I was always interested in geology. Again, as many kids, you are out looking for fossils, looking for great rocks. I was the same way. I grew up in Indiana, though. I went to a small school in Indiana, got my bachelor's degree at a small private school, and then went on to Wyoming for grad school, and that's where I really got introduced to the petroleum industry. Interned my first year there, and got in the industry, and it's been oil and gas ever since. It's an exciting place. I've gotten to go all over the world with it, which is awesome. I've gotten to meet people, see rocks from all over, and work with incredible data.
What does the AAPG do here in Tulsa in the Mid-Con?
So actually, AAPG is headquartered here in Tulsa. It is the main association of petroleum geologists worldwide, actually. And headquarters here in Tulsa, we run the Mid-Continent section of AAPG, and that's what this convention is for. So there was a national convention run last week in Denver. Okay. This is the little regional convention. I say little. We have almost 400 folks here. Wow. So it's a good number. But we're focusing on the Mid-Continent area. So Oklahoma, Arkansas, Texas Panhandle, Kansas, Nebraska. So that's our main focus for the geology. So we've got folks here from 7 states, probably more. And yeah, we're focused more on the regional geology here. We've got, I think, 70 talks. We've got a bunch of posters. We've got an exhibit hall full of exhibitors. Yeah, so focused on all kinds of parts of the industry. We had a great business panel yesterday, focused on where the industry is heading. Where's funding coming from? ESG, what does that mean? What are prices going to look like? So really interesting discussion.
Interesting and very useful these days for sure. We're all talking about the ESG these days, so I'm going to make sure to get up to that. I want to find out what they think that really is going to entail for our industry. Are you seeing things the political spectrum affect your part of your job?
I think it affects all of us. Scott Tinker, who is a past president of APG, and he's the current director of the Bureau of Economic Geology, came to give a talk yesterday. Scott is actually responsible for the video Switch and Switch On. He has podcasts. He's probably one of the best faces for petroleum geology here in the U.S. His talk yesterday was focusing on the energy transition, energy poverty, and how do we provide energy for our world. I mean, we have like 4 billion people out there that still often cook over stove, don't have electricity, don't have reliable, cheap electricity. So his premise was we should never be ashamed of what we are. Don't apologize for being in the oil and gas industry. We're providing, cheap, reliable energy for everyone. Who wants to go back 100 years ago and live in a world where, we don't have lights on every morning? We don't have the technology, we don't have electricity to feed the technology we have. He actually shared an interesting point. Sure. Technology is the 3rd largest consumer of electricity behind the U.S. and I believe it was China. Tech is larger than most other countries for the consumption of electricity. So, interesting.
Thank you for what you do. There's so many kids getting ready to enter, college and their future careers. What do you want to say to them? Like, why would you want to come into petroleum geology?
Yeah, why would you want to go in the dirty oil and gas industry? I mean, my gosh, come on. We are responsible for all kinds of ills of the world, right? I mean, we're one of the big carbon producers. Oh my goodness. Here's what I'd say. Again, the world still is going to need energy. Even if you were to increase, and we are absolutely, increase the amount of alternative energy, increase the percentage of alternative energy, that's a percentage of the entire energy system, electricity generation. With the growth of consumption increasing, we're still going to need oil and gas for quite a while. I mean, there's just, it really comes down to physics. There's no way we can possibly build enough solar cells, windmills, nuclear reactors, etc., to make up for the lack of energy or electricity produced by oil and gas.
Yeah, I agree. Well, I'm on that same thread. I think we're always going to need oil and gas. I mean, really. And luckily with petroleum geology, you're going to be able to find it, right?
Exactly. I mean, the world is going to need geologists, and we're going to need petroleum geologists for a while yet. So I'd say to all the students out there, hey, we've got, what is the price this morning? I don't know, $78,
Yeah,
$80?
we're 80.
We're close to $80
$6
barrel
gas.
oil, $6 gas. I mean, the industry's looking up. Gas is $28 an M over in the UK right now. I think we're going to have an industry here. I think things are picking up. So for all those students out there, I think job opportunities are coming. I think they're increasing right now. We're coming out of COVID, demand's back up. And I think the future is actually bright for us. And so don't let all the naysayers.
I like that her name's Tara and she's in geology. It's pretty great.
Yeah, fitting.
Yeah. How do they get a hold of you?
Actually, you can go out. We have a website, aapgmcs2021.com. That was for our organization. And you can also go out to the AAPG website. I believe it's www.aapg.org. But if not, Google AAPG. Then you can get a link to the national organization. That's probably one of the best ways to get involved or get connected.
Yeah, there you go. Get involved, get connected, everybody. Hey, Tara, thank you. Appreciate you very much. Appreciate what you do. That's it, everybody. Take care. God bless. See you next time.
They carry tiny hammers, they're chipping at the crust. Like a John Fontaine novel, they're inclined to ask the dust. Converging on the continents, they're fearless and they're brave. They're cruising down through canyons and exploring every cave, uncovering the mysteries of the planet's history. Deep into the Cambrian for all the world to see, the geologists are coming. Yes, they're trudging down the hill. When they say that mountain's young, they're talking 10 to 20 mil. They're classifying rocks from destruction to rebirth. The geologists are coming, they're converging on the earth. The G is for granite, the E is for eon. O is the outcrop which they're inclined to be on. L is for the layers showing how things have evolved. The O is for oh my, another puzzle to be solved. The second G is meant to give a little bit more insight. For 9 times out of 10 a granite rock is granodiorite. The I is for igneous, the S is for sand. The T is for the timeline that they're holding in their hand. The geologists are coming, they're emerging from their tents, braving steep volcanoes to explore volcanic vents. They take note on the processes that shape the planet's crust. They're driven to inquire, explore this earth they must. The geologists are coming, yes, they're trudging down the hill. When they say that mountain's young, they're talking 10 to 20 mil. They're classifying rocks from destruction to rebirth. The geologists are coming, they're converging on the earth.